Welcome to Our Kids, sponsored by Jefferson County Public Schools. I'm Ballard High School correspondent Mikayla Johnson. This May, we will take a look at the opening day for our middle and high school students, how students are showing compassion, and how they're getting a hands-on experience with diesel engines. Let's start with the first day back for our middle and high school students. The day went smoothly and students were eager to be back in school buildings.
Good morning. Good morning. How you doing?
Good. What about you?
Doing great. Today's super special because we're getting all of our students back. Been waiting over a year for this day to get everybody back in person. Good morning, Dragons. Welcome back again, Dragons. So happy everybody is here. Everybody just excited, and the energy of school starting back up, that's been what's so special.
My kids promise you is that I will not give up on you.
In-person learning is what it's all about. We did great things during NTI, but there's no substitute for this face-to-face learning with these relationship building things that are so important for us and for our kids.
You don't want to fail English. I don't want you to fail English. I'm not going to give up on you. You can still pass.
It feels good because you get to see the people you haven't been seeing, especially my teachers. They're like, oh, Abigail. I'm like, oh, hi.
Our seniors have been really obviously impacted by this the most, and they're very excited to be back.
I actually feel like sitting in class, it actually feels normal. Even though you have a mask on, it still feels pretty normal to listen to your teacher, just things are a little different. I mean, as long as I get to actually sit in class, still communicate with people, I don't feel any different about it.
As teachers, students, our community, I think we were so resilient over the last 12 months. And I want people to remember that resilient attitude and how we used it to kind of propel us to this day and moving forward.
Good job, good job. Good job, good job.
Welcome to the Stuart campus.
Anybody have any questions about the project?
Today was beyond our expectations. Kids came off the buses with masks on. Parents were excited. Some parents even were still wanting to walk their kids to the front door because they were so excited about the opportunity to bring their kids for the first day of school.
Today I actually got to sit and talk with other people and see what my classmates look like because everyone would have their camera off.
Watch the extras on the floor.
For us, it's a great day because anytime that we get to be in the presence of kids, we're knowing we're making a difference in their lives. For many of our sixth graders, yes, this is the first time they step foot in this building. But the good news is, even though this is the first time they step foot in this building, it's not the first time to connect with somebody on a deeper level. We've been working very, very hard to make a connection with kids, build relationships, and it's made a difference with even the interactions that we saw this morning.
I've been bored at home all day, and then also I've been watching my nieces and nephews, but I'm glad to be back in the school. I find it important because I know that next year I'll be going to high school, and I at least wanted to come here for a little bit. It's like a whole year passed before being in school.
We're going to test this to see the reaction rate. So in our procedure,
It's been very exciting. It's been fun seeing the faces of the students and the teachers, just that excitement, knowing that, hey, we're back in action. And it was amazing to see our seniors that, have been away for a year, and then our freshmen who've never been in the building. We had a lot of extra personnel to support them, making sure that they knew where to go, making sure we had those schedules ready for them. We really tried to do our best to make sure that we were prepared for them.
All my friends and stuff, just get to see them. Just be back in school for once, because I really did wanted to be in school.
I was very pleased to, just to see how students responded. They'd seen my face on all these blogs and videos on how we're going to do things and what it's going to look like in the morning. I think the biggest lessons that I've learned over this year is a lot of those things that we used to take for granted with our students and the folks that we work with that we had a tendency to overlook. And it's like, okay, we're getting it back. It feels good. It's good to be back.
Our JCPS elementary students also enjoyed returning to school. Let's take a look back at that experience.
Love you, Mom and Dad.
Have a great day, guys. Go ahead and walk and follow along right there, okay?
Good morning. My name is Dr. Conlon, and I am the principal at Farmer Elementary.
We're so glad to have you. Tell me your name.
We are at Wilt Elementary School. It's been a great first day of school. Our students are already learning.
How much money is that, Livin?
That is $6.
Hello, hello. Okay, we
We are at Wheeler Elementary School. This is the first day back for kindergarten, first and second grade students. Right now we're starting lunch for the day.
All right, y'all spread out just a little bit for me. Give me some people down here for those walkers as they go out, please. We are at Indian Trail Elementary School. I'm Principal Wood, and today we're awesome with our K through 2 Group A kids.
We are at Watterson Elementary. I would give today an A. Very well organized. I think everything has gone smoothly.
It's our first day back in over a year.
We've been waiting for this day for a long time, haven't we?
It is the first day for our K through 2, but it is the very first day for our kindergarten. And they are so excited.
It's been a great entry into school. Our staff has been real supportive, and our families have been awesome. It's going really well.
There is going to be some difference as far as the social distancing and the masks for safety reasons, but the culture that is warm and inviting, it will be here. We didn't leave that. They are coming back to that same environment.
It's St. Patrick's Day and it's the first day.
The morning transition to the school building went very well. Kids were excited to be here. Teachers were very excited to see the students. And, we're going on about our day. It's going well.
It's a relief, that you become an educator to educate children. So even though the past year has been inexperienced, that I think we handled well, it is great to interact with the students and to see them smiling and happy and to interact with them face to face.
It's been awesome to see their smiles in the faces, their bodies in the building. The energy just picks up. And anytime kids are around, the energy level rises.
They're very happy to see us. They want to know if we still have the princess poster in our office. They want to show us their loose teeth. They still want to show us everything that's happened. It's almost like it's just been a weekend to some of the kids.
I think they've been so excited just to meet people. They see you on the screen, they see their friends, their classmates on the screen, so now that it's in person, everyone's just like, it's so great to see you, as you're seeing someone face to face. So it's been really exciting for the students and the teachers as well.
It was an adjustment early on. Our staff really took it in stride. They've been so solution-oriented all year long, and our families have done a fantastic job.
It takes planning, and we do that ahead of time. We believe in the importance of pre-planning. So we had our staff meetings yesterday to get the lay of the land one last time, make sure everyone is assigned a position so that we all know what to do today, and we all work together to make it a successful day.
What's the weather outside today?
I think this has been a long time coming. Our staff is ready to go. We're just so happy to be back, and I know our parents together, that partnership has made all the difference, and we're just thankful to be back.
It went wonderful. Was able to get them on in here, greet them, fed them, and now getting ready to get them home safely.
It's definitely a year where we have 3 opening days, so it's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. I'm sure we'll never have this again, so it's exciting. You can sit down today and correct any mistakes that you had, tweak some plans, and do it again tomorrow. 3 opening days, and we're excited for all 3.
Brice Elementary teachers shared their thoughts on the return to school.
So on the cover of the book,
we're starting off our second day of school, definitely a late start, but it's been a great start. Today, we're going to have an influx of more students. Our first day of our B group, kindergarten through 5th grade, L through Z. And even though they had on masks, you can tell the kids were happy. And we also saw some tears. I mean, some teachers were that emotional about seeing some of their kids return from home.
This is my first day back today, but I was just really kind of overwhelmed and just really excited to see my students. After we've been online virtual for most of the year, it was great to see those students, and like the others have said, building those relationships prior was instrumental in making sure that when they come in, they felt welcome, that they were excited to be here. And our Brice family, I know that we are just excited to have all of our students back in the building.
So if you look at some of the text features here.
I'm so excited to see the students, and I always tell people that we try to treat their children like they're our own. And so it's just nice to see them, and they recognize us, and they want to give us big hugs, and we've been fist bumping and elbow touching, and seeing them get taller, and just being excited about being able to have them back in school with their teacher. So this has been one of the best opening days for me at 12 years as an administrator.
You got it. You're ready. Here you go.
Yesterday was incredible. Like, there was all the first day nerves and jitters, But when the students were walking down the hallway, instead of not knowing who they were and trying to get to know them, we already knew them from NTI. So it was like being reunited with a long-lost friend.
We had a student, it was his first time coming in, and so we just kind of had to talk him into coming back in from recess because I think he wanted to stay out longer. But other than that, we've not had any issues.
Would you all like to create your own graphic novel? Yeah.
Some of our students felt isolated, and so now they're able to see their classmates, see their teachers, come back into a school that's familiar and welcoming with staff who are ready to see them and helping them to learn.
Our early childhood students experienced their first day in school.
Triangle. Oh my goodness, what is that?
My name is Judith, and I just made a tiara.
Good job.
And I'm 5.
We've got more JCPS stories coming up. Stay tuned.
Do not be afraid. Everything's going to be okay. Do your research, talk to your parents, talk to your doctor, to a trusted adult. Make sure you go to the CDC website, get all the information that you need, and just trust that our doctors and scientists are doing what they need to do to keep us protected and safe.
Honestly, starting off, hearing everything about the vaccine, I was very skeptical. I didn't know what was good about it, what was bad about it. You only hear the things you read on, say, like social media and things like that. And I was all the way against taking the vaccine. But then Ms. Reed, we did that research paper about everything about how it's good for your body and like weighing the pros and cons of taking a vaccine, especially me, a kid with asthma growing up. You know, I've been hospitalized a couple times with asthma, and like if I got COVID, it could really hurt me. So I decided to take the vaccine. I'm very proud of getting the vaccine, and you know, I think it helped me a lot.
TikTok is not a credible source. If you see people like having these weird reactions, that is not real.
Now I am fully vaccinated and I'm very proud. My grandmother is someone who is in the high-risk area of COVID-19, so getting the vaccine really helped me to know that I was doing my part in the community and really going out there and helping us to fight against this virus.
Welcome back to Our Kids. I'm Ballard High School correspondent Mikayla Johnson. JCPS students helped kick off the Mayor's Give-A-Day by volunteering to build beds for students in need.
So today, as you can see, we are building beds. I would say we have built well over 1,000 beds, probably more like 1,500 beds over the past number of years that we've been doing Build-A-Bed. We've got 2 JCPS employees with their children with us today, and so we are building 15 beds for JCPS students.
You know, it is definitely not as easy as it looks. It is very heavy.
It is a very hard time for a lot of our students, and so we know with JCPS that we have many beautiful families that sometimes just struggle in life, and so that's where Build-A-Bed comes in, and we know that if a student can get a good night's rest, it can really be a game changer for them in their academic success.
You know, and we've built hundreds of beds every year, and it's transformed families. When you deliver the beds, it's really wonderful to see the reaction of the moms and dads and the kids. It's like, okay, and they're kind of skeptical at first, but then they help us put the beds together, and it's like All right, it's the community helping each other. That's what this is all about. What I love about the team here is if there's a way to help parents and students at JCPS, they figure out how to do it. There's no challenge that's too big. It's just, let's get to work. It's tremendous culture of compassion and helping here at JCPS.
It means a lot because it means that I could help other kids get up on time and feel happy to be in their own bed instead of being on the floor to sleep. Because if you don't have a bed, you won't feel comfortable enough and have enough energy to get up and go to school and stay up, because your back will be hurting and you'll be sleepy because you won't get enough sleep.
We have an amazing community that makes this happen. So if the mattresses are by Bowles Mattress, and of course all of our lumber, K&I donates the lumber to us to make that happen. And Home Depot, they give us the hardware. And then a lot of our schools will donate the bedding. And so it's just all of us are working together to really make this happen. For me, it is such a gift to be a part of something this special, and I'm very grateful for that.
Just knowing that I can help somebody else who may not have what I have at home, and this so they can make them feel better, makes me feel better.
It makes me feel great. It makes me feel happy to help other people in need.
Definitely better as a person, knowing that someone else has a bed to lay on and they don't have to be cold at night. Just knowing they feel warm, it makes me feel better as a person, knowing that I can help them.
The Fairdale High School Diesel Lab gives students hands-on learning experiences.
Welcome, everybody. It is exciting to be out here at Fairdale again, our second Academies of Louisville visit of the week. I can't tell you how excited I am to be able to be in such a beautiful facility for the kids in this diesel tech program at a great school like Fairdale, who, when they get into the field, this will be a replica of where they will be. So excited that these kids are doing this work, and we get to see them in action here 13 months later after we cut the ribbon.
What we're finding is that when students are engaged in this work, it makes math relevant and English relevant, and that's when magic happens for our kiddos. You know, we're thrilled that we're back in school. It's hard to duplicate this through NTI, but the enormous work of our educators over this really difficult year has been tremendous. They've done a great job to keep these kids engaged virtually, but we are thrilled that students are back in our schools.
We did cut the ribbon on March the 12th, and then we left school on March the 13th, so we're very excited to have kids back here in the building and working in this state-of-the-art lab, and to be able to add that career pathway, especially when the job pay is somewhere around $25 an hour straight out of high school, with an increase of about 3% every year over the next 10 years in terms of demand. So this is a really good pathway for our students. We're excited to see them be able to leave high school, go straight into a very high-paying job with a lot of career possibilities for the next 10 to 15 years.
Take a look around. This is what we missed during NTI. Our delivery of instruction doesn't change that much, whether it's online or in person. But the relevant connection to the workforce in the field is what we missed during NTI.
It feels good. It feels a lot better to be in person and to be able to work with my classmates instead of being on NTI. And they might know some stuff that I might not know, and I might know some stuff that they might know, and we can come together and help each other out.
So this was able to help students make that connection of why are we learning what we're learning. This is a great career field. I'm very proud to be part of it. Just happy to be at Fairdale.
Correspondent Jack Siegel shows how Ballard High School students have collaborated with Humana and developed apps to help senior citizens.
Ballard Interactive Media Pathways bring real-world skills to the classroom as students work with professionals in the field. Ms. Sink describes the big project.
So my students in the interactive design class were challenged with a collaboration and mentorship program with Humana. So we divided these students into teams of 2, and every student had a dedicated mentor that they worked with. So students met with their mentors each week in breakout rooms, and they were able to work on the challenge. So the challenge was to create a mobile wellness app for Medicare customers, so senior citizen customers of Humana's.
Samuel Hatfield and Janae Amig worked together on this project to create their app, Salus. an app that helps seniors with isolation and memory. Here is what they have to say about the class and the project.
Yeah, I'm learning a lot of stuff that I feel like I can really use in my future, regardless of what career I'm in, because a lot of the stuff that we've been learning are things that apply to a lot of different mediums, not just graphic design.
And it has been engaging, and it let me figure out how like the design process is in like designing an app, and it gave me insight on designing for a certain demographic or for an audience when you're creating something for somebody that I did not like understand much until now, and I'm like really grateful for that.
As school opens back up, students will begin to receive lessons and projects that will teach them real-world skills like in Miss Sink's class. For our kids, I'm Jack Siegel.
More than 1,800 students across 7 elementary schools are finding their rhythm with the homemade music kits. The kits help students keep the beat while staying safe and healthy.
1, a 2, a repeat, after me I go.
The students can extend their musical learning by using instruments. We can echo patterns. We can keep the rhythm. It also allows them to explore different musical sounds. And then that helps them take their learning to home and outside of the music classroom, where they also may not have a xylophone or a drum, but they probably have some type of plastic cup at home. So maybe then they can recreate some rhythms or a fun activity we did in music.
Atherton High School had a $1.1 million expansion of their Academies of Louisville programs in engineering, health science, and media arts. Students can now practice in medical mannequins and multimedia equipment, while others had their hands on flight simulators, drones, and 3D printers. The students can also become certified in CPR and first aid. JCPS seniors will have an in-person graduation this year. Let's take a look at the plans.
What we're here today to talk about is our graduation ceremonies, and they will look a little different. Obviously, we're still going to be implementing some social distancing guidelines and having some smaller in-person ceremonies, and there may be multiple ceremonies at each school. But the great news is the graduating seniors of 2021, with our board approval, will be having in-person graduation ceremonies. Will have the opportunity to walk across the stage, receive their diploma, and experience that important part of everyone's life.
I remember the joy on my mother's face, and then as a parent, I remember the joy of my daughter and my son graduating. So we understand the importance. This is a joyous time for our students. Health and safety is going to be paramount with our plan. All guidelines and protocols will be followed for these outdoor activities. Mask and social distancing guidance will be in place in all ceremonies. Our plans calls for the graduations to be held in small groups on football fields. If a school does not have a football field, they can be held at Dawes High School football field. So we do have plans in place for some of our schools, understanding that some do not have the football field and the capacity to hold them outside.
I'm a senior at Iroquois High School. I'm proud to say that. I'm proud that I'll be graduating this spring, and I'm proud that my parents will be able to see that moment for me. I hope it's a moment they'll be able to see in person. This will be a moment for my community that's lifted me up and supported me through NTI, a pandemic, and a most unique senior year. I can't wait until in the future I can help a student reach this point. And I know when I do, I'll be at their graduation, standing up and cheering, just like I know my teachers will be for me this spring.
We are committed to making sure that our kids have in-person graduation ceremonies, even though they might be a little different than usual, taking place at the school, outdoors, and probably multiple, depending on the amount, multiple ceremonies at schools to make sure that we can socially distance over a 2 or 3 day period.
Daphne Garner's kindergarten class at Kenwood Elementary is ready to perform the Healthy at School song and dance. It's pretty catchy. Congratulations to our latest Excel award-winning teacher from Medora Elementary.
First of all, just want to welcome everyone today to the WHAS 11 LG&E and KU Excel Award Ceremony honoring Brian Morrison. Brian began his career at Watson Lane Elementary here in JCPS in 2006, where he taught 3rd through 5th grade. Brian uses Twitter daily to highlight his students' work and the innovative ways he uses technology to engage his students.
Hello, my Medora magical marine biologist. I need your help. I need a fish tank that has the dimensions of 8 feet by 6 feet by 5 feet.
On behalf of WHAS 11 and LG&E and KU, I'm going to present you with this heavy virtual gold apple. This is your Excel award.
Brian, we appreciate and we celebrate the impacts that you're making for your students and here in our community. It is my privilege and my honor to present to you an award for $1,000.
Every time you wake up and go to school is an opportunity to change a child's life. And what I think Brian Morrison does so well is he takes advantage of every single opportunity to do that. You know, all of those things that you have done are opportunities to change a child's life.
So Brian is definitely a trendsetter. He's extremely innovative and strives to find new ways to engage his students. He doesn't believe in making excuses and tries everything in his power to get through to each of his students. Brian, I'm extremely proud of you and lucky that you're my teammate for life.
My kids will tell me if they like my video or they don't like my video. They will humble me in a heartbeat. My students become leaders. I love the NBA project, but I had a student step up and say, Mr. Morrison, have you ever thought about using WNBA players? And I was like, no. And then I went to research it, and just getting the access to WNBA stats and women's college basketball stats is so hard. But you know what? I pieced it together some crazy way, and we did a project with WNBA because guess what? Let them be advocates for their learning. I just want my kids to know that they impact me as much as I hope I impact them.
2 new elementary schools are being built along the Dixie Highway corridor and in Newberry. Let's check in on the progress so far. Thanks for watching our show. You can find entire episodes on our JCPS YouTube channel. Until next time, keep supporting our kids.